Now, let me take an example. J.K. Rowling. Yeah, J.K. Rowling. Do you think that she succeed in the first time? No. All you need to do is just take small step every day and eventually you reach the top. My trainer taught me to practice every day. And I joined competitions, I practice my speech, and eventually I can deliver a speech with confidence, of course. I want you to imagine two things. First one is the giant cliff. No staircase, no ladder, nothing. Just cliff. Giant cliff standing in front of you. How about picture this second thing? A giant cliff, but now with a staircase. Every day you take one step, and eventually you reach the top. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to answer this. Which do you prefer? The cliff with nothing? Or the second one, the cliff with a staircase? Which do you think will eventually reach the top? Of course, everybody would say the second one. Like, why not? Each staircase leads you to the top, and eventually one day you will reach the top. And the first one, nothing, staircase? Nah, I can't even climb one step, I can't even reach 1 meter. No. Most of you would choose the second one, right? But here's the real question. If in our dreams we choose the second one with the staircase, why won't we do the same thing as in real life? Like, we all have dreams, right? Why won't you take each small step to reach that dream? Why won't we just do that? See, here, people always see things in a big way. Like, they have dreams. They only say, I wish I can get this dream instantly. No. In life, there's no such thing as instant process. Everything takes process. We all have dreams. Maybe become the top scorer of your class. Maybe you want to be good at public speaking, or even you want to be good at your hobbies. If you always think that I really need to get this thing done in seconds, no, you cannot do that. See, the problem in the world where people eventually fail is because they see things in a big way. They always think success needs a huge leap or a huge gap, a huge jump to reach the cliff. Earlier, what I said before. But no, all you need to do is just a single step every day. Now, earlier I mentioned the cliff with the staircase. How about you take one step every day? One step and one step. Maybe in a month, you will reach the end of the cliff. Or if the cliff is very, very high, then maybe it took a year. But you will guarantee you will reach the top, right? It doesn't mean that when you reach the middle of the cliff, then you will fall. No. You will fall if you give up. But what I mean here by taking a small step every day is consistent. All you need is consistent. You don't need to jump directly to the top of the cliff. You can't do that. All you need to do is consistently take one step every day and eventually you reach the top. Now, let me take an example. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling. She don't really be successful in the first time. When she published the first few of her books, do you think that she succeed in the first time? No. She took years to eventually become successful, to become a publisher of books. And until now, she is one of the most successful book publisher in the world. Like, what do you know from her? Harry Potter? Of course. Let's take another example, Elon Musk. Okay, who doesn't know Elon Musk? Elon Musk who built rockets, right? But do you think that Elon Musk can be a successful person in the first time? No. He decided to take small steps to eventually become one of the most richest person in the planet right now. See, small steps are easy because they're not scary. They are not scary like that giant cliff just standing in front of you. No. People take it easy because they take one step every day. See, when you take one step every day to eventually reach your dream, they're not scary. And eventually, you think that, oh, this small step is easy. Let me do it tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. This step is very, very easy. Let me do it again and again. That consistent can lead you to big changes. And that's the thing. Small steps and big changes. Every small step can lead you to big changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, every time you want to think of a dream, for example, you want to do something, just remember, you don't need big step. All you need to do is just take small step every day, and eventually you reach the top. See, big influencers right now, rich person right now, most of them don't start at the top. Most of them start at the bottom, like us, everyone in this world. But the difference is they choose to take small step every day. You know, I used to think that public speaking is a very, very scary thing. But my trainer taught me to practice every day. I joined competitions, I practice my speech, and eventually I can deliver a speech with confidence, of course. See, what I choose earlier is to take small step. And the big cliff is what I am right now here. Deliver public speaking to people. See, the problem of taking small steps, long small steps to the cliff is consistency. People always think that, oh, this small step, I already took a lot of small steps, but why can't I reach the top? The top is just so long. The journey is very, very long. I think I should stop. I can't do this. It's very, very long. Most of people fail because they think like that. But the truth is, time flies very, very fast. And eventually, in the future, you will think that, I wish I have started. I wish I do this. I wish I did this. Like example, Bitcoin. Everybody knows Bitcoin, right? It's a cryptocurrency. Everyone knows that. But last few years, Bitcoin is just few couple dollars to buy. But now, it worth very, very much. One Bitcoin can buy you a lot of things, like very, very many. And people now tend to regret that decision. Why didn't I buy the Bitcoin? Why didn't I buy Bitcoin in 2011? Well, if I buy the Bitcoin in 2011, I can be very, 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 very rich. But no, they regret that stuff. See, this is the problem. Time flies very, very fast. But if you take that small step every day, you will think that, oh, I wish I have started these steps. In a few years, if you stop taking that steps, maybe you will get that regret You feel that regret. I wish I had started these steps. I see my friends in the top of the cliff while I'm in the bottom. See, that's where regret hits very, very hard. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you want to reach, you want to yearn the dream, you want to achieve something in life, please remember this. I need to take small steps. I cannot take big steps, like a huge leap, huge jump to the top of the cliff. No. All I need to do is just few simple steps every day, consistently, and eventually I will reach the top. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine again the first two scenarios. The first one with the cliff. The staircase is the small things that you do every day, and the cliff is the dream. See? Kind of connects now. Small steps leads to the big changes. The cliff, the big changes. So if you want to become a public speaker, you don't need to practice, you don't need to talk for 50 minutes every day. No, all you need to do is just practice for, let's just say 5 minutes. It's enough. If you want to swim for a lot of time, then all you need to do is just swim for 5 minutes or 10 minutes every day, consistently. If you want to be rich, then study. If you want to be good at stuff, study. You don't need to study for 5 hours a day. No. All you need to do is just taking small steps, like 10 minutes or 30 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is small steps so that small step can lead to big changes. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to yearn for big changes, remember yourself. I need to take small step. And what kind of small step I can take today? What kind of step that I can take to yearn for my future? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. My name is Josh Derrick Phen, and this is why small steps, big changes. Thank you.
SML1, more than just public speaking.